Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Meet the Mentors 2016. It is an exciting time in this nation and in this beautiful town. We are reaching you from the beautiful town of Badagry, where tourism begins and ends for Lagos State. If you're excited to be a part of Badagry, please give Badagry a round of applause. This edition is intended to reach out to as many people as possible. That is why we're not just streaming live. For those that are in Nigeria, we will also be streaming live. So please, if there are things that you need to tell people out there, because not everybody will be here in person, please follow the hashtag MBMFIF 2016. We are here today to learn and to share experience. We have brought together a collage of wonderful people who have experience in diverse areas, long years of experience, and in sectors where we really do need people to impact on this nation and in the lives of people. We are solution-driven at MTM. We are intending to reach out to people to bring about a change in the way you think, in the way you approach situations. So today, we have in our midst all these people who have traveled from far and wide. And it would mean the world to you to stay tuned to us. Today we have amongst the mentors, Mr. Chima Obi Ena, of a renewable energy expert and director of the Petroleum Energy Hub Limited. Mr. Chima Obi Ena. Amongst this crop of people that are going to be serving as mentors today are those who will speak to you in an area probably you have not considered worth talking about. We have also here in our midst Miss Shukura Ade Lodun, Mrs. Beg your pardon, Mrs. Shukura Ade Lodun. She's a child and woman advocate. Please give her a round of applause. Amongst our mentors today also we have with us what's her name again, please?
Aziza Shola Badagry.
Mrs. Aziza Badagry. She's also the co-director with the Petroleum Energy Hub Limited. They are going to be talking to us today about renewable energy. You know, we do have this recurring challenge with power in Nigeria. At times, you wonder if children learn to say up NEPA before they say hell with that. Because everywhere you turn, sometimes you just find children shouting up NEPA, up NEPA. And that is because of the situation we found ourselves with our energy company. Here also we have Mr. Rotimi Wusu, a media and communication specialist. Please give Mr. Wusu a round of applause. Mr. Wusu is not just a media and communication specialist, he's also a brand specialist. And that means for us that talking about brands, we are talking about identifying that this entity is worth protecting, is worth giving value to. And this is what Mr. Wusu will be talking to us today about. Now we also have a digital consultant who has taken his time to do a cross-continental visit to us. He is Mr. Ojo Isaiah, he's a digital consultant and the executive director of IP Fashion Finland. Mr. Ojo Isaiah. Amongst our delightful mentors is also Mr. Sergio Tojino. He's the director of Farmer Solution and he is also a consultant. Mr. Sergio Tojino. We do need this man. We do need him to speak to us because we need food on our table. And it is not often something that you find young people interested. Farming, no. Everybody wants the white collar job. Everybody wants to stand in front of the TV. I think the new trend right now is that everybody wants to wear bling. Is that not it? Aha, they want to wear bling, go out there, either be a musician or something else out there that makes them feel like they're different from everyone else. But today, we have someone who's going to be talking to us about farming, Mr. Sergio Tojino. Thank you for joining us. We also have here a very, very, very important person. Having him here has made me a bit uncomfortable. because for every word I choose to use, I have to be mindful. He is, Dr. Henry Bunjo is a lecturer of English, language, discourse, and analysis. And also does grammatical theories. Those words put together makes me want to go back to the dictionary. We have him in our midst today because I'm really delighted he's here. Radio is probably the most interesting electronic media. With a portable device, you can listen to radio. I was having a conversation with the person I'm about to introduce about having, if they were actually online, and she said yes. That means that you could actually listen to them online. We have in our midst today a very distinguished person. In our own right, she is also representing somebody of the same or probably bigger caliber. She is representing Mr. Sewude Amosu, the director of FRCN, and she is here today not just because of Dr. Sewude Amosu, but because she has everything that it takes to actually be a mentor. We have in our midst today Ms. Olufunke Treasure Durodola, GM Radio 1. She is an author and she's multi-talented. I spent just 2 minutes with her, and in spite of my big size, I feel a bit smaller. So, we'll go straight to it. So we'll quickly go into a sector that really bothers me. For someone who has grown up over the years and continue to see the challenges we have with power and the possibilities that exist in overcoming this, I believe that it is high time we have people who can make it happen. Like I said, we are solution driven. We're not just here to enjoy a discourse, we're here to find solutions to problems. So please, let me invite our first speaker, Madam, to come up and speak to us on renewable energy.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming for this program today. I promise it's going to be a beneficial one for you. And I want to thank all the mentors here who have come from far and wide, come and talk to us and encourage us on things that we can do to make things better for us and also better for those coming behind us. My name is Aziza Badagry, and I'm a graduate of Electrical and Electronics Engineering from the University of Lagos. Some time ago this year, I was a fellow of the TOPO program. TOPO program is a program by the United States government for women in science and technology. Why am I starting with this? The reason I want to start with this is to encourage you. Either you're a woman, you're a young lady, you're a girl, there is always a lot of things that you can do as a woman. Don't feel intimidated that, oh, maths and sciences are for people with a particular kind of brain. The male brain and the female brain, they're all the same. But with determination, there is nothing you really can do once you have an interest in it, you have a passion in it, and you are persistent in everything you do. So, what I'll introduce briefly, I'm a co-presenter. My colleague here is also going to be presenting on renewable energy. So I'm just going to give you a brief intro on renewable energy and energy efficiency in Nigeria. So the reason we are looking at this issue of energy is something we really can't do without. It is everything we do. The food we eat, to get clothes we wear, for transportation, every single thing we do involves energy. So generally, energy comes in different forms. We have mechanical, electrical, which is what most of us are very familiar with, electricity. We have the chemical energy. All these sources of energy that we use, especially electricity, they come from various sources. We have those coming from the renewable sources and those coming from non-renewable sources. Typically, most times in Nigeria, some of our energy generation comes from the non-renewable sources, our oil and gas, our fossil fuels. Alternatively, we also have the non-renewable sources. Sorry, we have the renewable sources. Those renewable sources are sources that can be depleted over time, no matter how much energy we use. Typically, if you are using the non-renewable sources, you have your oil and gas. It's not going to last forever. But with the renewable sources, you have sources like solar from the sun, or wind, or you could use the heat from the ground, which is called geothermal. All these are sources of energy that we can get electricity or heat from, depending on the form of energy we need, and we can use it for better or productive uses. At the center where we work, it's in Unilag, so we have a student hostel. So what we did in 2014 was to replace all the incandescent bulbs and fluorescent lights in that student hostel with energy-saving bulbs, with CFLs. We did that for all the rooms, all the common rooms, bathrooms, corridors. The whole hostel was replaced with energy-efficient lamps. That really brought down the amount of energy they were using in that building. With lights, we changed to energy-saving bulbs. With air conditioners, to make sure that the cool air is not escaping through some cracks in the wall or open windows. With electronic appliances, anytime you use an appliance, remember to not just switch it off, don't put it on standby, because in standby it still consumes electricity. So remember, it's better for you to just pull it right off from the plug. Then replace your old freezers with new energy efficient ones. Your heating appliances, if you need to make just a small cup of tea or you want to make eba, you don't need to boil the whole kettle and then just end up using a third of the water in the kettle. Ironing, same thing, try to reduce energy, and in cooking too, if you're using gas or the electric stove, try to reduce, make sure that the size of the pot matches what you're doing. Some of the impact of our behavior, fine, you might think it's just me using this energy, it doesn't affect the community. But the impact of our behavior, not individually but collectively, it harms the environment. You have situations where people use too much firewood and they need to boil the energy efficient food stoves, and things like this end up harming the environment, and have issues like flood, deforestation, and other conditions in the environment. So I'll hand over to my colleague to give a brief insight. Since we now know about energy efficiency and conservation, he will introduce some business opportunities that are available to young people in the field of energy efficiency and renewable energy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Unna Chimaobi, and just like my colleague has said, we work in the renewable energy sector of Nigeria, and we know that right now in Nigeria we're having erratic power supply, and there are places around the country that do not have access to the grid. Well, in the world right now, we have 1.3 billion people who do not have access to electricity. And Nigeria has about 60% of its population, so that should be roughly about 110 million that do not have access to the grid. Okay, now what is important is that in the 1960s and 70s, we were able to have our hydro dams and our oil and gas facilities to give us electricity. But along the line, the population grew, and the population started becoming way much than what was available. So they had to resort to load shedding, which means if they give Badagry light today, you can decide to give Lekki no light today, so that everything will be able to go around. Okay. Now what we're saying is this: we don't have enough to power the whole Nigeria, but there are alternative means that can be used to power the country, and that is where we come up with the renewable energy sources. Now, basically, I want to focus on the business opportunities because I know too much story is not what we want to do here. But before I go ahead to do that, I would like to also let you know that as much as I studied electrical engineering, BSc level, MSc, I did an MBA, I wanted to know the business perspective and how to put it in place. But the truth remains that this field is still a very open field, and there's a lot of money to be made. So we are going to focus on the business aspect. So the first one will be the solar home system. Now, this works well in rural communities, in communities where they do not have access to the grid. It's a family of, let's say, 7, 8, 10, they live in a small house. Now, what this can do is for them to be able to power gadgets like a small radio, a small TV, lighting, move around, cook, and all that. Now, when it comes to the solar home system, it's very easy. We all have sunlight. In Nigeria, we don't have enough sunlight, and the solar panels just need sunlight. Okay? So once the sun rays drop on the solar panels, electricity. Very simple. It's also possible to manufacture sensors and sell to small businesses and companies in Nigeria. Okay? So the business opportunities are also there. Now, when it comes to the media, because I have to jump there a little bit, we tried doing a radio program 3 years ago. It's been running every Thursday for the last 3 years. And the truth is, if you tune into all the radio stations in Nigeria, pardon me, madam, you will realize that as much as we all say power is one of the components or one of the things that we know is necessary to keep the Nigerian economy running, there are entrepreneurs looking for how to power their small businesses, whether medium businesses or big businesses. People have gone out of the country because of lack of power. Now, the point still remains that some people do not even have the awareness. So if you tune into all the stations in Nigeria, you will never hear about a radio program that says, okay, this program is for energy efficiency and energy conservation, renewable energy, and the business opportunities, and how young people like you can go into these businesses, make money for yourself. The truth about this sector is the fact that it's like a plug and play sector. You don't need so much, you don't need to learn so much for you to be able to try in the sector, which is why we're encouraging all of you to try and do your possible best to take whatever you can take from these sectors. All the businesses that were listed there, the solar phone charging business and the drying businesses and all of that, if you need more information and you need to know more about it, just make sure you let us know and we'll put you through how to do the proposal for free, how to get the right training you need to be able to put them together. I think this is where I would like to end the talk for today. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chimabu, and also Mrs. Badagry. Thank you very much. We will invite Mr. Sergio Toshino, the Director of Farmers Commission, to speak to us. Mr. Sergio, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. No farmer, no nation. A nation without farmers is a very poor nation. The world is changing. I'll be talking to you on the aspect of business, the business angle of it. I just want to challenge you that being a farmer, you can make impact. And in the aspect of fisheries, which is my strength, where my strength lies, the world needs protein. Everybody eats fish. And the marketing, the business opportunities are enormous that we've not even tapped into it. Stock is depleting seriously. The wild stock is depleting seriously with a lot of activities going on our waterways and our water bodies presently. The fish species are beginning to migrate. And this calls for the support. You understand? So that means we need to start thinking of producing fish by ourselves. And presently in the world, there are about 55 or more cultural fish species in the world presently. And unfortunately for us in Nigeria, I think we are only producing about 3 species, which is the common catfish, the Clara caribinus and the telegraphus and other other species. And the tilapia is a new thing that is coming up now, that we are still not doing it as we should. Like Ghana now, Ghana is doing so much on their dam. I visited Ghana some months back and I saw what they are doing. And I knew our government has going to be helping us. We need to do so much. In fisheries, there are a lot of opportunities you can do. There are a lot of diverse areas that you can begin to explore. You can go into research and development. You may be enjoying fish farming or agriculture without even getting to the farm. You may just go and position yourself at the marketing end of the whole thing, of the value chain. There are along the value chain, there are the producers. We have those that all they do is they are the ones raising from the small size, they are the ones planting the seeds and taking it to the TOPO size or the market size. And you have from that, they are the ones responsible for the research, the chemicals, those are the scientists. I'll tell you, okay, your fish has problem, we have fish doctors. They are the ones that will come around, like the veterinary doctors for other animals. We have that for fish as well. And even other agricultural produce, crops as well. We have those that are just specialized in nutrition, fish nutrition. That is very, very technical. We have professors that all their life, that is what they do. And unfortunately for us in this part of the world, we are not doing so much. But the agricultural industry has grown in Nigeria, but the potential are yet untapped into because of some of the inherent challenges we have in the country. The power problem is one that when you add up the cost of production, it's killing and it could be discouraging too. For some of us, we don't need to even go to the farm. We have restaurants here and there. We have the big hotels. The point I feel, you can always go to farm. Some of you know me now. You can always tell me, okay, I want to stop lying. Can you just, if there's no quantity, there's no amount of fish you ask for, that presently we can't meet up the supply. You can just go add your quantity and at the comfort of their home, whatever, you make your money and you go. So just don't just sit down at home and feel because you are a graduate, you need to get a job, No. Other advantages is you get a quick return on your investment as a farmer. For fish is about between 4 and 6 months, so averagely 5 months. Once you get started now, before you eat, the fish has grown and they are ready for the market.
So the time is not much, so I won't be saying so much. But
What I'll do is, for those of us that have attended this program, I think I'll be giving like 5 to 10 slots for those that want to come for the internship. It's going to be for free. It's going to be for free. And it's going to be for like 3 months. 3 months training. So when you come, I'm sure you enjoy yourself. So Mr. Bion, the organizers of the program, please note that just 10 people. You don't need to rush, or you need to go and sleep over it. And know if you really have the passion for it. You understand? So
I think with that,
we can just call it a day now. So I'm ready to entertain questions from every one of us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergio. That was quite inspiring. It was quite insightful. It is actually even more interesting that we got a freebie. I'm sure that a lot of you will not sleep over it like he has just advised. You'll probably just jump at it. Particularly when he said you actually make 5 million naira. 5 million. So I am going to take advantage of this. This is also an eye-opener to the fact that business opportunities exist. Having drawn our attention again to what it means to do business and to go into business, we want to invite Mr. Isaiah, who is a serial entrepreneur himself, to talk to us, enlighten us a bit about what it actually means to not jump into it, like he has said, to sleep over it and go into business. Mr. Isaiah, would you please give him a round of applause.
Thanks for having me here. It's a great opportunity to come back and share a little experience that I have with young ones. I don't have so much things to say, but I have some little points to develop. First thing I think we need to do is to build a foundation, and what we're doing right now is part of building a foundation. Most times you can't build a house without a foundation, and most people don't see the foundation, they see the house. And if the house is not good, they now blame the foundation at the end of the day. So first we have to build a good foundation. Once we have a good foundation, the rest is easy. And when we have a good foundation, the next thing we need to do is focus. Most times we might have 20 different ideas, but if you don't focus on one, it's going to be very difficult for you to achieve any of those ideas that you have. I have so many of those ideas in the beginning, but because I was not focused, I was just jumping from one to another, and at the end of the day, I end up not doing nothing. But once you have focus, it made it easy for you to achieve something. But in this world that we live in now, most times everybody wants to acquire certificate. But the way the world is going, there is no need for certificate. If you see most of those successful IT engineers like Apple and Microsoft, most of them are dropouts. But I don't mean that you should drop out from school. But what I mean is you have to focus on something. When Steve Jobs started, he focused on it, and many people don't take him serious. The same thing is going to happen to you. When you focus, people are not going to take you serious. When I started Keep Passion and Lesson Decoded, the first 1 year, there was no return on what I was doing. And when everybody was sleeping, I was awake online, trying to set up my online store for more than 6 months. And sometimes I stayed up till 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. Some people that I called to become a partner, they said they are not ready to become partners because they did not see something tangible that they want to participate in. But when the whole thing now takes shape, most of them start coming back and they want to be part of it. So most times people don't ask you what you have. They don't ask you what you want, but they want to see what you have. When you have something tangible to present, then it makes it easy for them to come. You can't say you want to sell a share of your company to somebody when you don't really have it. So you need to set up something that people can see, that they can relate to, then it makes it easy for them to be part of it. And the next thing is patience. You need to be very, very patient. Because if you want to have like return on investment within 6 months, in most businesses, it's not possible. As our former professional said, he said he started when he was in school. And that should be like 10 years ago, I think. And now he's seeing the reward of what he started. So patience is required. You can't start a business today and expect to become profitable in the next 6 months. It's going to be so difficult. So you need patience. And the next thing is you need to learn new skills every day. Digital skills especially. If you don't have a digital skills, it's going to be difficult for you. I can give you some examples. In Finland currently, most of companies are closing down from physical stores and they are going back online. Because the cost to run a physical store is so much. You have to pay staff, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay for insurance for the houses, you have to pay insurance for every staff that you have. And you need to read a lot. Because I said in the beginning that most of what I know is what I learned myself. So you need to learn from success stories and failure stories, especially failure stories. If you read about success stories, you just be motivated that, okay, I can do the same thing they did. But read about those people that have tried the same thing and they failed. How did they fail? Why did they fail? How can you improve on what makes them to fail? So you need to plan ahead. And with all what we have said, there's going to be challenges that is awaiting you. There is nothing good that comes easy. The challenges is going to be people close to you, or electricity as the renewable energy people have said. So those challenges are going to come. And the best thing is for you to think of how are you going to solve those challenges. As I was telling my partner here, my colleague here, we're talking about some of those challenges that I'm facing currently. So those challenges are going to come. If they don't come, then you are not in business. And the best thing you have to do in business is do what you love and love what you do. If you are doing something because somebody else is doing it, you are not going to enjoy it. Because if you can stay awake till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to do something, that means you really love that thing. But if you don't love what you do, when by 6 o'clock in the evening you just close up and go back home. Some people do some work they don't like. They just go to work just to make an ends meet, not that they really love what they're doing. So you really need to do what you love. And take a while to build dreams. For you to build a dream, it takes a while. If you want to dream when you sleep, you don't just start dreaming immediately when you close your eye. No. It takes some time. And when those dreams come, you have to retain those dreams and follow those dreams. Prepare to fail. I said that I learned most of my lessons in a hard way. So you also you face those challenges of failure. And when you are not prepared for those failures, you give up so easily. So we have to prepare. And when you are starting a business, start small and grow big. If you want to start so big, the stress is going to be too much that you won't be able to cope in your area of endeavor. So you need to start little, then you can grow big. I think this is what my time can permit me to do. I try to pass the mic to the MC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Isaiah Kojo. It was very concise, was straight to the point, and he made very, very valid points. We're going to invite someone who knows a lot about how you should learn your language, or why you should learn your language. We're going to invite Dr. Henry Kojo, a lecturer of English. Please give me a round of applause.
Thank you very much. I prepared this slide based on the lecture I was giving, and I think the main thing here is get educated in order to fit into the emerging future. So, and if you listen to what everybody has been saying here, you realize that these people are talking from the point of view of the future they have planned for themselves, and in fact they are now living their future. And I guess I'm also living the future I had thought about, and I'm here now. So the next point is, welcome to my world. And what's my world? It's a world of learning and application of knowledge. And I'm going to tell you that the entirety of my life, from birth to this moment, and to wherever I'm going again, that I don't know, but I'm sure I'm going to be there. But right now that I'm sitting here, it's all about confronting the unknown. And it's all about enjoying the present moment and picking the best from the most positive experiences around and learning from mistakes. Right now, after this discussion, something must happen to you to make you shift from what you've been doing to something else. Then you also examine the future from the facts of the present. You don't need anybody to check the future for you. It's right away in your mind, and it flickers as intangible images in your mind. But you get scared. What will people say? What will daddy say? You have to be as disobedient as I am to really get the future that you want. But you must also work hard by identifying self-development stoppers. and how to clear them. You will certainly meet self-development stoppers, and you also learn how to dodge those people. Then project to the future, locate your place, seize it, and occupy it. I think when I'm done talking, you should have known how to do these things. Now, let's come back to my picture of the eyes being useless when the mind is blind. There is one thing that can take you to discovering everything you need to do, and that's what Benjamin Franklin said in one of his writings. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. I'm going to take from what Kojo said, yeah, about reading. You know, he said reading helps a lot, and that you shouldn't just read success stories, read failure stories too. The world we live in today emphasizes success above cost, and that's what we go to church to listen to. You can only come to places like this where you hear the other side of the story, and how people wake up from their ashes, dust themselves up, and become shining stars. Okay? That's what the point is. And it takes a great deal of investment in knowledge acquisition to actually get there. When they do shortlisting and see, okay, these are the best, now they now want to shortlist and say we just want to take maybe 5 out of 15 that have been shortlisted. I have had opportunities of setting shortlisting exams where about 7 first-class candidates with about 8 second-class upper candidates need to compete for just 2 spaces. And I thought about what to do. We've done so many tests, you know, high-sounding tests and so on. The next thing I did was to give them punctuation tests. Very simple. I used punctuation and tenses. Simple present tense, simple past tense tests. I put them in some activities, and we had about 2, the best 2, and they got the job. So these tiny things, are you following me? These tiny things can follow you, even if your certificate is the highest. Now let's follow. So being like that lady who is looking forward to occupying a space like this, move on. Or that woman who is busy also, instead of thinking of the boyfriend or the husband, and many of you these days women are busy thinking of what kind of husband you want to marry, without thinking of what kind of wife you want to be. But all this confident person after school is looking forward to engaging the future with some confidence. Okay? Move on. So, move on. Yes, Badagry is going to be like this very soon. And we have people like this also around. What are you going to do? Move on. Yeah, you need to do what, you know, as I said, what everybody here have been saying about seizing your space in the entrepreneurial world. Fine. Move on, please. Fine. Stay away from negative people because they have a problem for every solution. Just good mentors. Move on. I don't have much time, so I have to work on the pictures. Nobody. So when you choose friends, choose the ones that build you up, not those who tell you you can't do it. And look at these people who have done well in Nigeria. I took this photograph of 50 young Nigerian entrepreneurs. You can take over from them to increase the number. You can do what? Take over from these people to increase the number. We will continue with the discussion after this session, during the interactive session question and answer period. And feel free to contact me anytime. I'm approachable, easygoing, friendly, but very serious-minded. I like it when you keep an appointment with me, when you say 2 o'clock, I wait for you. Once it's 2:05, I get busy doing something else. Because there's no background in my life. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ojo. All I can say to that is wow, too. Someone just said that. All I can say is wow. I wish I could summarize. Let us quickly go to our next mentor. We're going to go a bit to my right. We're going to invite Mr. Shukura Dilodun the child and women advocate, to speak to us. Mrs. Shukura Adeyemi.
Good afternoon, everybody. Why are we not talking? Are we tired? No. Are we happy to be here? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Then you're sure you have to respond, you have to be interactive. I have a presentation, but I wouldn't go into that because of the time. I'll just share a story here, and I'll just have some few points, and then I'll wait for the question and answer session. I'm sorry, I'm going to read the story from my phone. It's the story of somebody who I'm going to tell you about at the end of my story. Having a dream is not a worthless venture, despite how unrealistic it may be at the moment. Her dream was to have a perfect future, but life had other plans for her. Despite the falls along the way, she emerged triumphant. Her name you'll get to know later. She was the 13th child of a polygamous family of 14 children. Being the last of the family, she was doted on by parents and extremely close to her aged father. Looking back, her father was her best friend. However, her friendship was cut short when she lost her father at the age of 9. At the age of 20, she had a relationship with a guy and she got pregnant. Upon realization of being pregnant, she informed the guy who denied responsibility. She was rejected by friends and parents. She was deprived of her parents, but at the point she got pregnant, she became something they don't want to hear about. Whenever she tends to assist in the house, you hear, "We don't want you there, you shameless girl that brought shame to the family." Along the line, her pregnancy coincided with the admission she got to study mass communication at the Nigerian Polytechnic. She considered this a blessing during the period as she was opportune to be saved by the school's director of the part-time studies that paid for her tuition and also registered her for antenatal care. She delivered, and while she delivered, she gained full admission and was in school. And the school authority had to get a nanny for her that took care of her child while she was having classes. She graduated from the Polytechnic with a pass and decided to further her education and therefore went for her HND program. She went out and then she strived and she got the upper credit. She got a job with a media firm to work as a broadcaster and also a reporter for a print media. While working, she found herself volunteering to counsel young people in the community based on her experience as a single mother. The passion for educating young people gave her the opportunity to be selected as the coordinator of the West African region of an NGO called TOPO Women Network. She also became a fellow of the Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI. Today, she's happily married with a set of twins, and her first daughter is 11 years and in the secondary school, and has also gained attention of her father, who has come back to accept responsibility as the father of the child. To cut the long story short, the person we're talking about is the person talking to you right now. I want to say this: every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember that within you, you have the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars in order to change the world. If I did not give up, despite the challenges I encountered, I see no reason why you should give up on yourself. You might have other challenges that is holding you back, but remember, you are the only one that can bring the best in you. You are the only one that can tell people you can do it and they will allow you. The people you have around you, as your family, your friends, may not even see the positivity in what you do. But when you believe in yourself and you start framing what you do, I tell you, the sky is not going to be the starting point. If you don't struggle to be what you want to be, if you don't fall and then stand again, you might not get to where you're going. So it is not until you get pregnant. You can be pregnant in form of failing in your careers. You can be pregnant in form of not knowing the right step you want to take when you are at the crossroads. So it's not necessarily you go out there and mess up yourself and get pregnant. I only share that story because that pregnancy could be some challenges in your own areas of life. So my doors are open. If you need to go through any leadership training skills, like I told you, my doors are always open. I have my presence on social media, me and my team, my organization. We go to states, we go to schools, we talk to people for free. We don't charge. We go to schools, we empower, we even train women. Women that are not educated, we train them on skills, soap making, how to do all this barbecue and the likes. We train them to get themselves empowered. We don't have to wait for the men to do all those things. So these are the things we do. Feel free to come around and ask questions. At the end of the program, if you want to get my contact, you can always get it. It's free. Conclusively, remember, you are the only one that can build yourself, and with you, you have the energy to touch the skies and grow higher. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Shukura. That was really touching, and it's also inspiring. I must add or rephrase something someone also once said, that every setback is a setup for success. Every setback is a setup for success. Do not look at your challenges as an endpoint. See it as a fulcrum to leverage on. See it as a fulcrum to leverage on. I haven't heard such motivating story from Mrs. Shukura Tadelodun. It is only wise again for us to invite another powerful woman, because we are at the verge of possibly, without being a Russian that could influence the vote in America, we are at the verge of probably having the best female president in the largest democracy in the world. And so I think it is wise for us to listen to women when they talk. We should listen. So I'm going to invite another lady to speak to us. She is representing, as I earlier said, a very distinguished son of the soil, Mr. Seude Amosu, the Director, Federal Railway Corporation of Nigeria. And she also is eminently positioned herself. She is the Director, she is the GM, Radio 1. Please give a round of applause to Mrs. Fulker Treasurer Duro.
Thank you very much. First of all, I suspect everyone sitting here, you've all been spying on my presentation. My email has been hacked like Hillary Clinton's. First of all, I bring greetings for my director. He's the Director of Lagos Operations for the FRCN. The FRCN, of course, is also known as Radio Nigeria. He was originally built to be here, but he had to be away in the lorry, so it's unavoidably absent, and he's asked me to come and represent him. Having said that, I jumped at the opportunity to be here, because that's what I always do, jump at the opportunity to mentor and to talk about my journey as a broadcaster. I've been given this title, Becoming a Role Model as a Woman. Been asked to share my experience, but as you can see, I crossed out as a woman for valid reasons. I've been a leader from the beginning of my life. I'm the firstborn in a family of 4 and the only woman. So I've been in a leadership position. It means when you're a leader, you give direction. You're the first in the pack to be seen to do something, and you must give good direction. So, in my experience as a leader, it doesn't matter, your gender really doesn't matter as a leader. What matters is the substance that you have. It's the substance that makes you a leader.
So media, what do we do? After all of these people have finished speaking, we are the ones who do what? Who do the representation via the radio, the TV, the prints, the new media, cinema, others. We are the ones who report. We are the ones who present these things in a way that is fascinating to the rest of the people. We are the ones who do media coverage. Have you seen the what's it called now? The one that has Mofedami Joe and the man in tinsel. No. It's 3 people as well, the rule of 3. New car on point. The 3 wise men. New boxer on point. Let's move on. The rule of 3. Becoming a media personality, if it's your dream to be a media personality like my boss, who covered the President Olusegun Obasanjo for 8 years, traveling the world, you can be. If you want to be a presenter, I've been that all of my life, and I've done that even abroad. One of the testimonies I had leaving Cardiff University in Wales was that I gave attention to details, and I'm a natural. I still have it where that veteran broadcast journalist wrote it in my notes, and he said to me, never stop being what you are, never stop doing what you do, keep giving attention to details. You can only write a book if you have attention to details, because you need that to be an effective writer. To be a news reader, you don't want to roll with the crowd. You want to be outstanding. I remember the same Cardiff. I'd never read news on TV all my life. It was the first time I did. And when I finished, everyone, who were chosen from 30 countries of the world, everyone rose and started clapping. TV news. And I remember that man saying to me, if you ever consider going on TV, you'll be a sensation. I'm getting there. Producer is the best to be a content producer. These days, we all make stories on the internet. New media has made all of us be storytellers. You can tell the story of the farmer. You can tell the story of the renewable energy man in different ways. The phone you have in your hand is a powerful tool for telling stories, for making stories. You want to be a broadcaster, you want to be a journalist, you must learn to use that thing in your hand, because that's the direction the world is going now. And you must train yourself, invest in yourself to do that. To be an author is the same thing. You are possible. If you don't remember anything I've said today, please remember that you are possible. No matter your state in life, you are possible. Finally, that's how to get me. I'm a woman of many parts. I do so many things. I can do this for much more time if we had time, but this is the much I can do. You can follow me on Twitter at Funke_Treasure. I'm on Facebook fan page, Funke Treasure Dodola there. And yes, I have a mentoring initiative. I'll be glad to have you join me at a price, because when I started, Mr. MC, I wasn't collecting money. I started with Lagos State University, sir, Dr. Unjo, with a mass communication. I did a year, and I did 3 workshops and a book-giving ceremony without collecting a kobo from the students, but I was paying the people who were coming. I was paying for food and all of that. And one thing I learned was that people don't value what they don't pay for. So, to work with me, to intern with me and my station, you've got to pay. Find me on social media. Thank you very much for your time.
I've said this for last, not because of any reason beyond the fact that it is important that we recognize that whatever it is that we intend to be or that we will be in future, how our image is projected is important. A few of the mentors here talked about Badagry, its significance to the history of not just Nigeria, but to the black race. It is an image that needs to be protected. Once you also become a point of reference in your industry, you also become a brand. And that is why I'm going to be inviting Mr. Wusu Rotimi, a media consultant, to speak to us. He's one of our supporters and a great mentor. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. If I've been given the toughest job because everybody has spoken, and it's always difficult when you have to speak after wonderful people have given the best of presentations. One of the things for us as a community or as a nation is that there's an identity that you must always be proud of. Don't ever lose your identity for anything. As a brand, don't ever lose your identity. The moment you lose it, you are no longer a brand. So I had an identity, and that is my name. So my surname would always give me out. I could not just change it. It was on my certificate. So I had to school in Ibadan, and a lot of people will call me, they won't even call me Lagos or from Badagry, they call me Egun. So I told myself, yes, I am Egun, and I am proud to be. And I decided in my mind I was not going to lose that identity. So I took that identity up, and it became what made me to achieve a lot in my whole life. A lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues, once they say Wusu, they will just remember those things that I have done. Of course, to develop that brand, what are the things that I wrote down that you need to do? First of all, you must remember where you're coming from. Every brand has a foundation. You must know where you're coming from. For me, my biggest brand is my name. It calls for attention. So I need to protect it. So if I need to protect it with all integrity, with all transparency, it was very key. Whatever you do, everybody has talked about the things they do in their businesses, how they move on in life. That brand, they must remember where they started from. One of the things that also helps brand is that impossible is nothing and nothing is impossible. One of the things that drive me in life is I look for problems and I look for troubles, because when I see them, it gives me an opportunity to give a solution. Coming to the industry presently, what are the things happening? I have found out that your creativity is very, very key. So whether you're a fish farmer, you're a renewable energy person, you're a lecturer, you're in solar advocacy, whatever you are doing, your creativity stands you out. You must think of how well you will do it much more better than others are doing it. And that will take you places. Presently where I work, they created, because we need to do quite a lot of things, there were a lot of units that they created. And every other person didn't want to go into it. So they said I had to manage operations from the marketing angle, from an advertising angle. I had to use accounting software. I hated mathematics from school, but I took up the opportunity. They said, oh, we needed to go into digital, and somebody has to go for training in it. I said, okay, I would go for it. Others were looking at me as if you were just being stupid. You just like work. They talk about budget preparation. Somebody needed to start preparing budget. Oh, everybody didn't want to do it. It was not our core responsibility. But I took up the job, and I kept on doing it. They thought I was a fool. But one of the things I've learned is life, whatever you do, you're doing it for yourself, and no one can take it from you. So about a couple of weeks ago, an organization called me, and they said, you know what, we have this challenge. We need to repackage our brand as an organization, one of the top pension fund operators in this country. And they called about 6-7 people for an interview. And we had an interview to the highest level. For the first time in my life, I had an interview with 12 board of directors in a boardroom. And I was like, for God's sake, what is it that we're talking about that is? And they called me back 2 days later, and they said they were going to give me the job. Why? Because I was the only one who was coming from a communication background that knew about accounting, that knew about budgeting, that knew about operations, that knew about all those things my colleagues were telling me how stupid about going into. People will tell you are stupid putting your eyes into those things now, but you're not stupid. It would make a way for you in the future. This generation wants to make money fast. Yes, it's good to make money. Money is very good. But if it was the future, the likes of MKO and Steve Jobs would be alive today. Money is not everything, but about what you do and you are remembered for. We all remember the Lord Jesus Christ. That brand, we only remember it for one thing, saving of lives. What will your brand, what will your organization, what will your life be remembered for? And as I round up, I want to go back to my constituency. We talk about the jet age, the new media age. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the in thing we are in. There is no one in this forum who doesn't have a smartphone. The world is so small. I'm sure somebody probably in Finland or somewhere in the UK is listening to us presently. Yes, I love to take selfies, but you are wasting time, money, resources. Rather, do something great with it. I have met a lot of people who are making opportunities today. We all go today. The first thing some people do every day is they go to Linda Ikeji. But Linda has made a lot simply because she saw the need and took the lead. The world is looking for Badagry. Some people will begin to Google Badagry when they hear there is oil. What do they do? What can they do? What can they offer us? You need to position your brand in that place so that when they come, you'll be the first person they will call. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is just wonderful. In a few words, it's been able to put together what it means for you to add value and to appreciate the value of who you are. It is also important that we note something he said here, that for us to make success of life, if I may paraphrase, you need to look for trouble and seek solutions. We'll take a quick call in from Mr. Shegun Arinze.
Hello, everybody. Now, having said that, I want to say to all of you there that what you're going through today is a very good one, and that whatever you set your minds to do, whatever, be it being an actor, being a lawyer, being a doctor, whatever you set your minds to do, just be focused. Of course, distractions will definitely come. Whether you like it or not, distractions will definitely come. Now, it's not the distraction that you should focus on. It's your own ambition and what you see ahead of you that you should focus on and follow your heart. Because when you focus on those distractions, he actually does what he's supposed to do, distracts you. But when you focus on you put your eye on the ball, your gaze on the ball, on the crystal ball, you definitely will get there. So don't let anybody tell you that you cannot get to or you cannot achieve a dream or tell you that it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing whatsoever is impossible. It will only be impossible if you don't try. But if you try, it will never be impossible. You will always surmount every obstacle that comes your way. And be very prayerful. And of course, listen to people, listen to elderly advice, listen to expert advice. There are certain advice that might also not go well with you, might not go down with you, but what I advise people, what I advise people is keep 4 boxes. 4 good boxes of advice. One contains the advice. The second contains the good advice. The third contains the extremely good advice. And the fourth has your own opinion. So what you do is take the advice that they give you. If it's extremely good, put it in the extremely good box. If it's good, put it in the good box. If it's bad, put it in the bad box. If it's your own, put it there. Then you find out later on in life, you go back to that extremely good one, take the advice, take the good ones, and even from your own opinion. Then you go back to the bad box. At that point in time, the bad box may contain an advice that you actually would need at that point in time, not as of when it was given to you. So nothing is ever wasted. There's what you call recycling. Nothing is ever wasted in terms of recycling. So just keep on the track, keep working, ask questions, feel good about yourself, self-confidence. If you know, ask questions. If you don't even know, ask. Even when you would know, ask so that you're doubly sure, so that you never miss your way. I look forward to seeing some of you in the nearest future where we can talk. I've actually told you that I'm coming to Badagry and I owe him that and I owe Badagry that. I'm coming to do an acting class. I want to mentor a lot of people. I like to see a lot of Badagry actors from Badagry come out to the fore. Just like I have done, and just like Florence Sungo. Is Florence Sungo there? Hello? Hello?
No, she couldn't make it.
She couldn't make it. Okay. Well, whatever it is, I look forward to coming over to mentor some actors, take them in some training, maybe like 3-4 days, and we'll have fun. We'll have great fun. I said thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. God bless all of you.
God bless you. Thank you for calling. My friend will say that if you are a success, wait until you meet the right kind of people, then you become truly successful. And it's been proven. If you have inquiries and you have questions as regards to this program or any of the mentors that have spoken today, you can get in touch with us. Go on our website or on our Facebook page and send us messages. We'll link you back to the mentors and get the information across to you. Before we also leave, there's one more thing that we need to take before the questions. We need to invite Mr. Fashinu. He's here. He's going to speak to us for not more than 2 minutes. Not more than 2 minutes. Please give Mr. Fashinu a round of applause. His story is a source of inspiration. His story is worth listening to. His story is worth believing in. And I'm sure that at some point in life, we will also come back here and you might also be sitting on this end and be sharing your story. Please, Mr. Fashinu, please give him a round of applause as he comes forward.
I work with the United Nations, and this is my 12 years of working with the 14 years of working with the United Nations. And I'm a product of, I'm a beneficiary of mentorship. And me, anytime I come to Badagry, too bad that the documentary is not showing, the documentary they made, my Badagry, My Future, made on our factory. Each time I come to Badagry, the only things, and maybe you people would have noticed, is either you see a filling station or a hotel. You hardly see a manufacturing industry. You hardly see things as in industries. These are things that those people, there are some filling stations that is worth close to 100 million here in Badagry. And this money can be used more productively than just being filling stations. So each time I come to Badagry, the man has always been encouraging me. You try to do something back. So I started thinking, what can I do in Badagry? And we know Badagry has coconuts. Though we have coconut trees, but we don't have much coconuts. Yes, it was when I I started the business, that I realized that Badagry has no coconuts. We only have coconut trees. Yes. So I now started thinking, Badagry coconut industry has been there before, but it stopped since when I was still a toddler. I now realized that, okay, let me go towards this line. And I started Sebasi Coconut Company, which I named after my second daughter. So when we started, it wasn't easy. Too bad the documentary is not showing here, but the documentary is on their page. It wasn't easy. Don't ever think that it is going to be easy. Don't ever think like that. When you start something, or what you have learned from these great mentors here today, make sure too bad I came very late, but I know I've heard from the media, I know Dr. Unjo is here, and the rest, different areas. Pick the area that you feel this is the area I think I really love. And then you can always have their emails or their phone numbers here. When I started, just like Buhari said when he came to the office, he almost absconded. When I started too, it wasn't easy. I almost absconded. But I can tell you, to God the glory, during the time they came to have the documentary in my factory 3 years ago, because we started 2009. This is 7 years now. About 3 years ago, they came to our factory. They met 23 staffs. And none of the staffs is any less than 20,000 naira. So you can imagine what I was able to do for Badagry. But today, we have another mini factory, and all our staff now is 63. And none of them is any less than 20,000 naira. And I can tell you that if you go to ShopRite, if you go to a lot of big supermarkets in Nigeria today, you see a lot of coconut oil. I will tell you, over 50% are manufactured by us and rebranded by those people selling to those. Yeah. And this is something I single-handedly did with the support of my mentor. That is why I'm telling you that And when you start something, don't forget that person mentoring you, because he has gone through those stages. And he will always tell you, no, don't worry, do this, do this. I can tell you, it goes to a stage, I have to go on study leave for 3 years. And I was here, though I go back, I come back, just to monitor it during the earliest stage of the business. Mentorship is something that if people, it's so unfortunate. I look at the hall, though I came very late. I look at the hall not encouraging. Our people need to know. This is not about a seminar, but about mentorship. Mentorship, like, okay, this is Dr. Unjo. I want to be either a theater artist or I want to be very good in English. I want you to be my mentor. Even if you become a professional in future, you will still continue to run to him if you have 1 or 2 things, because you know he also has his own mentors that he too is looking up to. Everybody is looking up to one. It's just like a ladder. Like, okay, I'm on stage 1. I'm looking up to the second person in the stage 2. That person in stage 2 is looking up to the third person in stage 3. So please, mentorship is very important. These are some of, as in, like I told you, I also benefited from mentorship. I wouldn't want to waste much of our time, but I must commend my Badagry, my future organizers for this great occasion. And I hope next year event will be more colorful, more filled, the hall will be more filled than this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fasunu. Because our time is fast spent, and we do not want to have to keep you all waiting for too long, we will implore that you kindly send these questions through the social media handle and go to the website of My Badagry, My Future. And because our mentors will probably just be around for a couple of minutes, you can also go one-on-one and make inquiries or ask questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this program. I want to thank you all very much for the attention and the support. So, I'm going to invite Mr. Ovion right now to give a closing remark and appreciate our sponsors and all those that have supported us so far. Mr. Ovion, please come forward. Please give him a round of applause.
First, I want to thank the mentors for coming and for believing in our beautiful nonsense. Yes, it's a beautiful nonsense. Conceiving the idea 8 years ago, it was not My Badagry, My Future International Foundation. You can just say MBMFIF Foundation. It was United Indigenous of Badagry. And like they said, continue, you will get there. The project, I paid everything, we did everything, fantastic. I got guys moving. It was hijacked. It was hijacked. Yes, it was. The project was hijacked. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't fly, nothing. But I went back to the drawing board. But I keep getting this thing. Whatever you believe in, you believe in. Let me just say this now. I'm not asking you to believe in my God, but what I can ask you to do for me, pray for me to be successful in whatever I believe in. So it is what I believed in that brought about this. And this inspiration came from where? Came from church. Every idea you're seeing here is listening to the preacher and the sermon. This is the whole idea to this is the result today. So whatever you believe in, continue. You will get inspiration for whatever you believe in. The mentors are here today. If you believe in any of the mentors and you know you want to become the next president, just follow them and you will get there. And the volunteers, the crew, everybody working for the foundation, some don't want me to mention their names, they are just behind the scene. And one other person, who is the foundation secretary, who I told her, will you marry me? She said yes. Please, sweetheart, please come. She said yes, I will marry you. Are you sure? I said yes. Are you sure? Do you know what I do? Said yeah, of course I know. You will marry me. Okay, no problem. So it's now, I now believe that every great man,
as a greater woman. And the woman must understand that, my body, is those they say, it is only the man that will carry the body. No, she carries my body. That's why we are here today. So, Mr. Kojo Isaiah is not here, but we're so happy. Please, I want us to say thank you to her. Please come, don't go now. Because sleepless night. You will not sleep, Abi. I'm the secretary. You will not sleep. You are doing what? Okay. You are still out by this time. Doing meeting with who? Mr. Rotimi? Okay. You will tell me if his own wife does not. I say, I know. Calm down. Calm down. I know. You know, when women get like that, it's because they love us too much. Oh. Forget about all these things. Oh. It's because they care for us. Oh. So despite everything, the beautiful nonsense is here today, and we know where we are going. And I will just say, all I can say to you today, if you are watching us right now, pray for me as I believe more in what I believe in. Thank you very much.
That's a wrap. Thank you very much.